Hey, it's Joy. I've got big feelings about little things, and I want to talk about it. Oh yeah, I'm mad about it. And the fact that everyone else is not up in arms about it is a big part of the problem. Oh, I bawled my eyes out, like I always do. It was the sweetest thing. Oh, it was the cutest thing. It was the funniest thing. Thanks for being here. Let's go.
Hi, how are you? I hope you had a great day. In all honesty, I did not. So if you are willing and able, if you would just give me a virtual hug, I would super appreciate it. Thank you. This, on a day like this, on most days, but particularly on a day like this, I really wish this were a back and forth medium. I wish that I could hear back from you. I wish you could call in. You know, in the olden radio days, you could call in. We had a request line, and that is what a lot of people called for, to request a song. I want to play my favorite song. I mean, I definitely did that as a kid, and 100% believed that the reason they asked for requests and gave me a request line is because they wanted to know what I requested, and they would fulfill that request. That's not how that worked ever. Even maybe not ever, but most of the time that's not how that worked. And I do think they liked to know. You know, they like to know what's hot on the phones. What are people calling about? What do people like? Especially for anything that was geared toward like younger people. They do want to know, like, have their finger on the pulse, what's going on. But really, those phone lines were of course, they're for contests, but they are for having access to talk to people so that we could have a different conversation and record that and edit it and put it out for content. We didn't call it content back then, but we would chit chat. Somebody would request their favorite song, and then we'd find out, what are you doing? What are you up to? Oh, I'm at a party with so and so, or we're driving to go play wiffle ball. Maybe mini golf. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to whatever, and we'd play that over the intro of a song that we were going to play anyway, not the one they requested. But you can just cut that part out of the phone call. But I always loved that too. It was fun to talk to people. But I wish that were the case right now. I would love to chit chat. I would love to, decompress the day, but also ideally, if I were there right now, if I were doing nights, and I mean, I just say nights, it doesn't matter. If I was working at a radio station, it'd be like, okay, hey, it's Joy. Call me on the request line. I want to know, what do you do after a bad day to turn it around? Call me 214-4, blah, 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 blah. Now it's Celine Dion or whatever. And then people would start calling in. I got to have a cold beer. I like to sit down on my recliner and watch TV. I like to go out with my friends. And I would love to hear some of that stuff. I saw these girls on TikTok. One of the bummers about TikTok is I legitimately would love to give these ladies credit for what they said, because I don't follow them. So I have no idea who they are, but I think about what they said a lot, and I would fully give them credit right now. I mean, not that there's 6 million people listening and they need to have credit, but I mean, it's a good idea. I want them to have credit. So if this is you, feel free to reach out. Sorry, I don't know your name. That's how TikTok works most of the time. But this girl and her friend said when they have a bad day, they do save the day. So if it's been a bad day, they figure out a way to do something in the back half of the day that is so good that it kind of turns your day around in a way. Or when you look back on the day, you can be like, hey, you know what? That was a tough day, but I this. And I can't exactly remember right now off the top of my head what their ideas were, but they were definitely like, make a really nice cup of tea in a cute cup and take a hot bath, or sometimes just like taking an everything shower and cuddling up in your bed with clean sheets and watching TV before you go to bed. And if you're a listener that doesn't know what an everything shower is, that means washing your hair. It means doing any kind of scrub that you normally do, shaving your legs. It's everything, not just a hop in, quick wash and hop out. I don't wash my hair every time I take a shower. I could never. I could absolutely never. But that everything shower, shaved legs, and you got fresh sheets on, that's a delight, especially if you get to go to bed like an hour early and you can watch TV without even feeling like you're taking away from your sleeping time. It's an absolute delight. Highly recommend. I need to get a really pretty cup. I love to drink decaffeinated tea. Sometimes that's how one way I know I'm aging. I never used to like tea, but now I'm like, would love a nice warm tea. Or, if you need to get together with your girlfriends or whatever it is you need to do to save the day, or maybe something's been on your to-do list and you have not wanted to do it, but getting it accomplished would feel so good. If you had a day that was just absolutely not productive at all and you needed to, on the back end, be like, okay, look, I gotta save this day. Let me take care of this one thing that's on my list. Like, I haven't even changed my clothes though. I haven't even changed my clothes from work. That is very unlike me. I am 100% a person that when I get home, not necessarily when I get home because I may have something to do, but the minute I'm in for the night, one of two things happens. Number one, every single time I'm changing my clothes. I'm changing my clothes to my home clothes, my relaxation clothes, my PJs, whatever you want to phrase it, my chill out at the house clothes. I'm just hanging around the house. I'm not trying to be cute for anybody. I may or may not match. I may or may not look cute. None of that matters. I want to be absolutely comfortable. If it's hot, I want to be cool. And if it's cold, I want to be warm. And I want to be comfortable. So I'm not one of those people that will just wear my work clothes all night until it's time to go to bed. Or wear something like on a day that I'm not going to leave the house. No, that is absolutely like my most comfy, most comfy everything. I've never understood people that are still in like a work outfit. Like, I mean, and some days I still get to wear scrubs too, but never would I have like slacks and a button down on for one more second than I absolutely had to. It's just, that's not in my worldview. The other option is once I'm home for the night, my sister taught me this like 10 years ago, and I still subscribe to it to this day. She says, the worst part about being at home and going to bed is getting ready. And I fully agree. That's the absolute worst. I love being ready for bed. I love getting in bed. I love thinking about going to bed. And I absolutely love staying in bed. But that getting ready part is the doing of it is not the most fun thing. And my routine has expanded over time to, we gotta floss. We gotta take the nighttime vitamins. We gotta red light therapy. We gotta, we got a 4-step face system. Plus maybe we have to do a mask and got to take out my contacts now. I mean, it's like a whole thing. And of course, it's important. You've got to do it. You've got to take care of yourself. Self-care, very important. But that part is no fun. And she's like, that many times, the more tired I get, the less likely it is that I'm going to do it or do every single step. So she models it after what you do for a toddler. A toddler is going to lose their ever-loving mind when it's bedtime if it doesn't all go just like it's supposed to go. So she's like, what do you do for a toddler? You bathe them, you put them in their PJs, you feed them, you brush their little teeth, and that way when the time comes, you can drop them right in the bed. Or if they fall asleep out where they are, which I know that's a dream world, but if they were to fall asleep, you pick them up, you put them in the bed. You're not like, oh, dang, okay, we got to brush your teeth, or we got to figure out a way to remember to teach you to brush your teeth. Get the baby in the pajamas. Baby's going to bed dirty. No, they're ready to go. And we're not talking about, 7:15. We're talking about early in the night. We're talking about 5-ish, 6-ish. That's really hard to say. 6-ish is actually really a difficult word to say. And so that I've said it one time correctly, I'm actually very proud of myself. But you do that early. That way you can go play and you can this and that, and you don't have to worry about it. So we call that toddlering up. So some days I get home and I'm like, I eat dinner and then let's toddler up immediately. Face is washed, flossed, contacts are out. I'm in my glasses. I'm in my comfy clothes. I'm ready to go. I can sit and watch TV. And that way, if I watch one more episode than I should have, like I do all the time, or goof off on my phone longer than I should have, which I do all the time, or get caught on a phone call and end up talking for way longer than I should have, which happens all the time. I'm not like, oh, dang, it's 20 minutes past my bedtime and I still haven't even gone upstairs to toddler up. I'm ready to go. I can turn everything off, close the lights. I've never said close the lights in my life. Turn off the lights, go upstairs and hop in bed and I'm good to go. And let me tell you something, the freedom of that, the level of relaxation you can reach when you've done not just your work for the day, not just you clocked in, you did your work, you clocked out, you came in, you made sure everybody's eaten and everything's straightened and cleaned. You don't even have anything else that you owe yourself. You've done your own, you've marked yourself off the self-care list. The freedom in that is absolutely unmatched. Highly recommend. Love a toddler up night. And when you can kick your feet up on the couch, knowing I'm good, that feeling of relaxation, it's probably like a Xanax. You're like, okay. I feel great. I'm really leaning into this night of relaxation. Give it a try if you never have. And at this point, that's when I would say, and here's what Laura from Louisville does. And she would tell us, I always get my journal out and write down 3 things that happened today that I was grateful for or were unexpected. And I'm like, yeah, Laura, that's a great idea. You know what? Keeping grateful really changes your mood. Thanks for calling in. So I'd love to know what you would do, but I don't have access to you. There's something to those good old days, Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to be efficient today. Thank you for being here. It was a rough day, but you know what? It's also a new day. The beauty of a podcast is it's any time of day. It could be the middle of the night. It could be first thing in the morning. It could be 10 a.m. You could be at brunch. You could be going for a walk at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. No matter where we are in the day, there's still time to save it. There's still time to make the most of it. And I thank you for letting me be part of it. And call me on the request line, okay? Talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to Little Things, Big Feelings with Joy Delaney. I'm James, the producer, editor, director, and executive producer. Follow Joy on socials at Joy Delaney Cox on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Honestly, forget TikTok. I don't even know how to use
You
it
don't even
anyway.
know how to use it anyway.
James?
Follow Joy on socials at Joy Delaney Cox on Instagram and Facebook. See you next week.